Welcome to the Math Record. Today I'll be covering the ICTM Regional 2020 Division AA Junior Senior 8 person, which I'll be covering questions 8 and 13 in this video, and then next video I'll be covering questions 14 and 17. Okay, so I'll take time to go through all 20. Okay, so that's all 20 questions. Now let's begin with number 8. So for all value replacements of theta, sine of 2 theta plus sine of theta divided by cosine of 2 theta plus cosine of theta plus k equals tangent of theta. Let k represent a positive integer. Represent the least possible value of k. So basically how you solve this is that you gotta know your trig identities. So sine of 2 theta is 2 sine of theta cosine of theta plus sine of theta, because that's a plus sine of theta over here. And now cosine 2 theta, since there's cosine on the bottom, we would likely to put the cosine form, so that's 2 cosine squared of theta minus 1, because that's just cosine 2 theta, plus cosine of theta plus k, and that's equal to tangent of theta. So distribute out our sine and times, and then that's 2 cosine of theta plus 1. And then from here, we have 2 cosine of theta minus 1 plus cosine of theta plus k equals tangent of theta. So tangent of theta is just sine of theta over cosine of theta. So basically, what we want is, since sine and sine cancel out, we want a cosine of theta on the bottom. That means there must be a cosine of theta, and there must be a 2 cosine of theta plus 1 also to cancel with the top cosine of theta, right? So then on the bottom, we should have a 2 cosine of theta plus a 2 cosine squared of theta plus cosine of theta. So that's what should be on the bottom. But from here, we have 2 cosine theta, which matches this, cosine theta, which matches this, and negative 1 plus k should match this number, which is 0, right? So k minus 1 equals 0, so k equals 1. And that's your answer for number 8. And it's basically all you have to do. Just know your trig identities. Okay, number 13. Quadrilateral ABCD is inscribed in a circle. AB equals 8, BC equals 3, AD equals 5, and angle BAD is 60 degrees. Determine the length of CD. Express your answer as an integer or common or improper fraction. So let's just make our circle first. So something like this. And then we can just make a quadrilateral. So I'm just doing it randomly shaped. I really don't know how it looks, so it's just for example, so nothing's to scale. So let's call this A, let's call this B, this is C, and this is D. So we know AB is 8, we know BC is 3, we know AD is 5, and know BAD is 60. And we need to find the length of CD, which we could call X. So the thing about inscribed quadrilaterals is that if this is 60, then this has to be 120. And the reason is because these two angles should add up to 180, and these two angles should add up to 180. So this is 120. So basically, if we make a line from D to B, we make two triangles, and we could just use the law of cosine for both of them. So basically, this length, right? So 8 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 times 8 times cosine of 60. So that's just the law of cosine. So cosine of 60 is just 1/2. So multiplied by 1/2 is equal to this length squared. And this length squared is also equal to x squared plus 3 squared minus 2 times x times, well, 2 times 3 times x times cosine of 120. And cosine of 120 is negative 1/2 times negative 1/2. So we have that. So we don't need this diagram anymore because they're equal to the same length. So they should be equal to the square of the same length. So now we just need to figure out this value for x. So 8 squared, that is equal to 64. 5 squared is 25. And then minus the 2 and the 2 and the 1/2 cancel out. So that's just minus 40. It's equal to x squared plus 9 minus well, plus, because a negative 1/2 here. So that's a plus 1 times a 3, so plus 3x. Okay, so we have x squared plus 3x. Let me rewrite that so it looks better. Plus 3x. So 64 minus 40 is 24. 24 plus 25 is 29. I mean 49. And then 49 minus 9 minus 49 is minus 40. So that's equal to 0. So to make an odd, that means this probably has to have a 5. So 8. So this could be 8 and 5. So the 0 equals x plus 8 because it has to be a higher positive to make positive 3 minus 5. So that means your x is equal to 5. So that's it. So that's your answer for number 13. Okay, so here are all the answers for all 20 questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next math record.